Hello, students. Have a good day to all. Today I am here to continue with the first chapter, Rise of British Rule in India. In the previous session, I have told about the expansion of British rule in India. We have also said about the subsidiary alliance system introduced by Lord Wellesley. So today, let's start with the terms and conditions of subsidiary alliance system. All the rulers of India who had accepted the subsidiary alliance policy had to agree with some terms and conditions of the company. The first condition was that the state that accepted the policy would be provided the help of army trained by East India Company. That means whenever they required, the British Army's help was offered to those rulers who accepted the subsidiary alliance policy. In return to that, the king was supposed to bear all the expenses of the army. If the king was not ready to accept this, then he would have to give away the provinces of his kingdom with equivalent income to the British East India Company. Another condition of this policy was that the state would not wage war or sign any treaty with other states without the permission of the company. Next condition was that one representative of the company would be kept in the state assembly of the king, and other foreigners would not be employed in the state. So all these were the terms and conditions of subsidiary alliance policy. Many rulers of India accepted this system. Nizam, Mysore, Awadh, Gaikwad, Sindhia, Bhosle, Holkar, etc. were the states who accepted the subsidiary alliance policy. All those rulers who accepted this system thought it as a good plan. By implementing this system, Lord Wellesley annexed many provinces and expanded the British rule in India. Tipu Sultan of Mysore denied to accept this policy. So East India Company, with the support of Nizam, attacked Mysore in the year 1799. Thus, in the Fourth Mysore War, Tipu Sultan lost his life while fighting against British East India Company. After Wellesley, Warren Hastings came to India as the Governor General. He waged a war with Nepal and made Gurkhas to join the army. Gurkhas were the strong and courageous soldiers of Nepalese nationality. He also fought battle with the Pindaras, protected by the Marathas, and took control over them. Thus, with the Third Maratha War, the supremacy of the company was established in India. Among all the Governor Generals, William Bentinck is known as a liberal Governor General. He was very liberal with the people of India because he believed that if the people of India were dissatisfied, no unity could be achieved by the company. So he adopted a very liberal policy. Then in the year 1848, Lord Dalhousie became the Governor General of India. He was a fierce imperialist. He adopted the annexation policy to expand the British rule in India. Many states of India were annexed by him under various pretexts. Though he was an imperialist, he was also a reformist. He did a lot of reformations in India. He started the first railway in India in the year 1853 AD from Mumbai to Thane. He also started wireless system between India and England. Then Public Works Department, English education, etc. were introduced during the time of Lord Dalhousie. He also passed the laws to ban child marriage, and he advocated widow remarriage. Within a span of 100 years, that means from 1757 to 1857, the British Kingdom was expanded, and the people of India were highly dissatisfied under the unjust rules and practices of British East India Company. Now let's look into the next topic, economic impact of the company. The 100 years of East India Company's rule in India brought a drastic change in the economic and social conditions in India. Before the arrival of Britishers in India, India was a self-reliant and a prosperous country. But under the company's rule, the economy was completely shattered. When the subsidiary alliance was introduced in Bengal, the economy of Bengal was ruined completely, as the power of collecting revenue was with the Britishers, and the Nawab got all the responsibilities without any power. Thus, the unfair tax collection policy of the company made the agriculture and industrial sector collapse completely. Farmers became debtors, and artisans became poor and unemployed. The weavers were forced to sign agreement for providing definite quantity of cloth in a short period of time. If any weaver refused for this, he would be punished by being beaten or jailed. Now let's look into the next topic, social impact of the company rule. During the rule of Britishers, the spirit of freedom of speech and thought developed among the people because of the development of newspapers. We know that there were many social evils prevalent in the Indian society during 18th and 19th century. Sati system, female infanticide, child marriage, etc. were prevalent in the society. During this time, some social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Durgaram Mehta, Behramji Malbari, etc. made a lot of efforts in getting the laws passed by the Britishers to ban these social evils from Indian society. English education began to be imparted in India due to the efforts of Lord Macaulay because there was a great demand of English knowing people in India as the administrative framework of India was done in English. Many English medium schools were started in India and universities were also established in Mumbai, Madras and Kolkata with the recommendation of Charles Wood. Due to the spread of English education, a whole class of English knowing people developed in India. Thus, this group of people made demands for social reforms in our country in the later periods. Thus, from all this, we can conclude that the rule of British East India Company produced good and bad results in the political, economic, social and cultural fields. All the reforms the Britishers made for their own interest indirectly proved to be beneficial for India. Dear students, I hope that you all have understood this chapter clearly. Please read the textbook thoroughly for a better understanding and write the textual exercises in your notebook. Until we meet again, take care. Bye.